I recently asked James at what moment he knew that he wanted to marry Caroline, and he immediately answered the first time we had a conversation. Which, in true James fashion, is an incredibly sweet thing to say. But I also know that it's true, because the first time that it really resonates with the way that I felt when I spent time with you guys, the first time as a couple. I could immediately tell that Caroline had found her person, and you both seem to have found a place to firmly settle your roots. And since then, I've watched those roots go deeper into a foundation, which is incredibly nurturing.
It's no secret that I'm incredibly indecisive. I'll often order last when I'm at a restaurant, and more often than not, I'll go for whatever the person before me ordered, or I'll change my order last second. And James being James, it didn't take him long to catch on to this. So for our first dinner date, he took me to a place where there's only one thing on the menu, and they serve popcorn as a starter, which happens to be my favorite snack in the whole world. And this is one of the many reasons why I love James. He always remembers the small things that make the biggest difference.
The night that Caroline mentioned where we went to a restaurant with only one thing on the menu, at this point we were pretending that we weren't actually dating. Although given that we're now married, I think it is okay to confess to you that 6 years ago, when we told you that we were just friends who loved going out for drinks and dinner, just the two of us, we had actually kissed and were quite interesting. The moment that I knew it was something really special, not just for me, but to the outside world, was we went for this dinner that wasn't a date. And we spent the whole night talking, just the two of us, on this candlelit dinner. And at the end of the night, we were the last people there, and the waitress came up to us and said, "You are the best, loveliest couple I've ever served." And we were technically just friends. So that brilliant. Anyway, I could keep on going with 1,000 different examples of the wonderful moments that we have shared, but this is just a snapshot of the many happy moments we have had.
James has been a big part of my life since we met in secondary school about 16 years ago. And this is where he came up with his nickname of the Sweet Baby James. You will see him as being a very sophisticated and charming man, and James Deacon. I know him as Bebs, or if I'm trying to embarrass him, Sweet BJ. But
There's barely, I think, a person on the planet who doesn't like James. But he's kind, he's really thoughtful, he's sweet, but just in the best possible way.
I remember we had some philosophical discussions at some point in time. You were a teenager. I remember you were asking me, "Dad, how do you know that you met the right person? How do you know that?" And I guess I was referring to some very general quotes that we've all heard, that you ask these 3 questions. Does he like me? Is he like me? And will he make me more? Thank you for making her more. But you are making her more, I can tell. And I think Caroline is making you a bit more as well. You're such an amazing team.
James, you are Caroline's soulmate and love. I could not be happier to have you as my son-in-law. You are great in every way.
Give the ones you love wings to fly, roots to come back, and reasons to stay. So Caroline and James, it's so amazing to see how the two of you challenge each other to be better each day. And you're always there for each other through the ups and downs that come along with being the ambitious people.
To give the ones we love reasons to stay. And I'm pretty sure he's not talking about mortgages and insurance plans. It's about the small things that might go unnoticed to anyone else except for the two of you. The small things that you guys share and appreciate so much about each other. Reasons to stay are the way that you look at each other here today. The smiles that you bring to each other's faces every day. And I've known Caroline her entire life, and I can with certainty say that I've never seen her smile the way that she does with you, James.
James and Caroline, love, good luck, prosperity, and above all, double happiness. James and Caroline, double happiness.